to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's been a while, Mr. Lee McGregor. It's been a long, long time. I know we tried to sort this face-to-face interview over Christmas, but with having kids and that, you know what it's like. But yeah, first and foremost, how's things, bro?
Yeah, no, all good. It's been a Christmas, New Year, and all that's been a bit mad, but New Year, and we're back in London and pushing on back in training and that. So yeah, all good, all good.
Obviously, the last time out, you fought Diego Alberto Ruiz, a controversial draw in your eyes. But that was over a year ago, Lee. There's been a long you've obviously been quiet on social media. You've been quiet and active in terms of fights as well. So I don't know how much you want to delve into it, but what's been going on over this past year since the last fight?
Aye, no, so you go back, it's mad that's been a year already. It's crazy. But yeah, frustrating year for me, 100%. Glad to see the back of it, to be honest, and just obviously all sorts of things just going on behind the scenes that people don't see. Like, everyone just thinks it's all smooth and well, and it's certainly far from that. And that hasn't been the case for me at all. Not going into too much, but just obviously fight dates falling through. Lots of things going on, really, to be honest. It's been a challenging time, and it would have made a lot of people. Well, to be fair, it did. It made me question whether I want to carry on doing this and keep doing this to myself. But I've come too far to ever even let that make me walk away from boxing. I've got far too much. It's been my lifelong dream since a young boy. Being a world champion, and I was so close. I was on the verge, and little hiccups and delays and that along the way. But we're back now, and I'm fully focused on having a big year.
Are you going to stay? I know you were down at the bantamweight. Are you going to move up to super bantamweight? What's the plans now going forward? Because you're a big boy. You're a big boy, Lee. So
yeah, nah, bantamweight dates are over. It's so frustrating because now, like, all the belts have just become available, and I'm probably going to be called to. Well, I'd imagine I would be in line to challenge for one of them belts. So very, very frustrating. And with the year that I had with being inactive and not fighting, listen, I'm always training and taking over in that, but as in, like, fighting, being on weight and all that is you can't do that all year round. So that, on top of me not being active and not fighting, has been a kind of it's let my body grow, and I've definitely filled out within that year of being inactive. So like I say, very, very frustrating. My main focus just now is just getting back in the ring. Super bantamweight is obviously going to be my campaign and championship fight weight going forward. However, this next fight, with being 5 weeks away, it's just going to be a little bit heavier. Just to, obviously, like I say, been out the ring for a while, get rid of some rust, really go in there and show people that the Lee McGregor that was there in 2021, what everyone's seen and what everyone was tipping to be Britain's next world champion. So I want to get back to that, and then we'll just take it from there and decide what's next after that.
You mentioned, obviously, the belt's becoming vacant. That's obviously Inoue. He's obviously moving up to the super bantamweight division as well. But I mean, when I'm looking at that super bantamweight, I said to you beforehand, being in the bantamweight division is a dangerous division with Inoue being there. But now you're following him up to the super bantamweight division. But then you've got guys like Mac Medelyov and Stevie Fulton and all these guys up there. So it's not like it's going to be an easy task to become that world champion, is it?
No, for sure. I feel like as the years go by as well, the talent in that's just getting better and better all the time. It's becoming harder and harder to become a world champion, which is, to be honest, how it should be. There's been previous years and situations, and again, like talking about timing and opportunities. If I was in that sort of, if I got that sort of opportunity, like maybe a year or so ago, and like for example, like you talk about, and again, I'm not being disrespectful here, but like you're going back a couple of months ago, where obviously Paul Butler was world champion, and I would have jumped, I would have bit your hand off for a fight like that for a world title, because that's one I firmly and confidently believe that I could have won. But it's, again, like you just said to you there, it's timing and opportunities, and just need to keep believing in the process, really, and all I can do is just keep on improving myself, and when my team feel I'm ready to go, then I'll make sure I'm ready. But I think the main focus just now is literally just to get back in the ring and get back feeling good and enjoying myself, and like I said to you there, like just it's my home in that ring, and all things going on outside of the ring and everything like that does dictate on how you feel and how you perform as well in the ring. So we're all sorts of stuff going on behind the scenes. It's been really hard to battle through it, which I had done, but I feel like it was sort of, my performances wasn't how they should be. Even my performances in the gym and that, but honestly, this last couple of weeks, I'm feeling back to my old self, and that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring and showing everyone that.
Well, let's talk about it then. You're back out on the 25th of Newcastle. I'm coming down for the show, so I'll be there, Lee. So I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the ring, mate. But
yeah, I think it's just now. I think it's been pushed back a week to March 4th now.
Has it?
Yeah. Reason being, I think may still be waiting on an official announcement for that. I don't know if it's officially announced, but only reason being is because obviously Newcastle being in the cup final. I think it was they still need to win the second leg, don't they? I think they're winning 1-0 or something. So it's looking very likely like Newcastle are going to be in the cup final, and it would be quite silly to go obviously on the same date as that, because Newcastle will be in London. So I think that is why the reason, and it is getting pushed back a week, which listen, it's not the end of the world. It gives me an extra week to be even more ready and keep perfecting myself in the gym, which is exactly what I'm doing just now.
I spoke about it then. I checked Box Rec. It looks like you're fighting. I don't know if you can confirm or not. Alexis Kabore. Hope I'm saying his name right. Yeah, if it is him, I mean, he's a tough, wily old fox there, and I mean, he is 39 years old, but he's fought the best there is in the divisions in terms of Thomas Patrick Ward. Although he's lost him, he's gave them a good account of himself. He's went to distance with guys like Archie Sharp as well, Ray Vargas, who's the WBC featherweight world champion as well. So, yeah, he's a tough man for a comeback fight with a year out.
Yeah, well, listen, this is what I'm saying. My own success is sort of like my own
detriment.
My own thing in it, yeah, because being out the ring for a year, but the everything I have been through, it's like it would make sense to, but I couldn't physically go in with an absolute bin man. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm better than that. I've showed my level. So we are taking on a guy, like you just said there, that's fought former world champions and that, and a fight that's really obviously in my eyes is to get back into where I should be and get rid of some rust. However, like we've seen so many times, every fight is an important one, and this is no different. And I've learned my mistakes the last time from being a bit maybe complacent or overlooking and doing whatever. So every fight I have now is part of the process and my journey on becoming world champion. So, and this fight is no different. It's a step, and it's an opportunity for me to go in and make a statement, like you say, because he's a well-seasoned fighter who's 36 fights, 29 wins or something behind him. So it's definitely no pushover, but one that I'm confident that I should be going in there and and doing a job and doing it in style. So hopefully that's exactly what I do.
I mean, he has got that one knockout loss on his record, but that was his debut back in 2005 or something like that, but 2004. You mentioned making a statement. Is that the kind of statement you want? Is knocking this guy out, stopping him?
Do you know what, Andy? And like, I'll never do it again, because see, that's the worst thing that I do is go in and go looking for it. That's when it, like, you look at the Karim Guffey fight. That was a fight that I had no intentions and no like thoughts about going in there and doing that to him. I knew how dangerous he was. I was so prepared for him, and the performance backed it up. And I'm going to be honest, I've not had the same feeling for that fight since then, for any fight since that fight. Even Vincent Legrand, he's a 32-0 former European champion himself. I didn't have the same. I don't know what it was. I don't know. And it's same with Ruiz. Maybe I was going in there thinking maybe that Guffey result maybe was. Do you know what I mean? It got to me a bit, and I got a bit. So I'm going to go in this fight, and I'm going to do what I've been doing in the gym, and what will happen will happen. Do you know what I mean? I just want to be looking good, back to myself, and working on what I should be, what I'm doing every day in the gym. Because that's what's making me a better fighter, and that's what I believe will make me a world champion one day. So I'm just going to go in there and not overthink it, and just do what I need to do.
Listen, that's wise words, Lee. Obviously, you might be getting old now and becoming wiser, because you're 26, 27 now. You're becoming an old man.
26, yeah, 26.
One final one from me. Then we touched on it a little bit, obviously, but you're back in the ring after a year out. You want to make a statement, almost like a point to prove after the last fight. So what can we expect? What can the people expect in the arena? What can the fans expect from Lee McGregor?
Just like I just said to you, the Lee McGregor that fought Karim Guffey, like mature, experienced, like looking like a proper pro. Do you know what I mean? Going in there and doing things what an elite fighter does. And that's what I'm going in there to do. I'm not going in there to... I believe my last fight was, I should have won, controversial, say whatever you want, but it was a below par performance from me, and it's not good enough, and that's not the level that I believe I'm at. So I'm going to go in there and show what level I belong at in 5 weeks. So I'm excited. Yeah,
I'm excited as well, mate. It's good to see you back, man. And like I said, I'll be down at the show, whether it be the 25th or the 4th or whatever, man. I'm going to be there. But listen, Lee, it's good to see you back, mate. Absolute pleasure to speak to you again.
Good to be back. It's good to be back.
Good, man. I'll see you in 5 weeks then, bro, all right? I'll see you fight.
Nice one. Cheers, Andy.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light,
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.